Are you single and sequestered? Are you sheltered at home all by yourself? Are you someone who was out there dating, and now that we are stuck in our homes, you are thinking that your dating life has completely died and you have no idea what to do? Well, I am the seduction expert, and I'm here to tell you never fear. Your dating life may, in fact, actually be getting better now that we are stuck in our homes. And I know that sounds really strange, but in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to successfully date in the time of Corona. So stay tuned, where we cover best practices for Zoom videos, what to say, what to talk about, what to pay attention to, what not to do, and why dating like this is so incredibly valuable in the first place. All right, my loves, before I dive into the finer points of Zoom dating, I wanted to really talk big picture and explain exactly why I think that social isolation just may be the greatest thing that has happened to dating in a long time. I know that sounds really weird, social isolation being great for dating, but it's true because it is asking us, no, it's forcing us to connect with each other on a totally different level. And I would even argue an even more intimate level. Because I think, yes, the coffee date and meeting for drinks and going home together and kind of that like immediate physical way of dating is almost a disservice. Because we don't really get to pay attention to someone's personality. We don't really get to kind of dive deeper into someone. I feel like almost diving into sexual or intimate relationship is very common now and is a disservice to a lot of people because, yeah, maybe you meet someone and the sex is amazing, but then you realize months into it that, ooh, this person is actually not a very good person for me, or vice versa. You meet someone for whom you may not feel immediate sexual attraction, but who has an awesome personality, but because you don't feel that immediate sexual attraction, you may pass up somebody who could actually be the love of your life. So there's that aspect of it, and then there's the other aspect that it's like, yeah, we're isolated. We're stuck in our homes. We're not really able to go out and drink and go out to dinner and just meet people randomly. So how else are you going to date except for, over the phone and in Zoom? And I feel like it almost kind of opens up the playing field a little bit because you might be open to chatting up somebody that you wouldn't normally chat up, maybe from a different city or a different state or whatever, just for the sake of kind of, combating loneliness, of course, but also just expanding your horizons, which I think is kind of exciting too. And I think that, connecting with someone's personality and falling in love with the communication and falling in love with the connection and not being so fooled by chemistry, because let's be honest, chemistry is very important. There's no doubt about that. And you can absolutely tell chemistry from a Zoom date and a phone date, but I feel like that's like the most important ingredient people try and pay attention to in in-person dates, but it is not the most important ingredient when it comes to phone and Zoom dating, as much as, say, communication and connection. So I've absolutely had that experience where someone, maybe I didn't think they were as physically attractive as maybe I would normally go for, but once they opened their mouths, had a conversation, we started chatting, it was just like, ooh, yeah, all right, this person is actually very exciting to me. So there's that element of it. And also, you guys, let's just be honest here, we don't really have a choice, do we? I mean, we are on lockdown. We are in a very scary time. We are in a moment in history that, fingers crossed, will never come again, but we don't have a choice. And so what there is to make the best of it, to accept the challenge of it, and to explore what's possible in it. So with that said, I think I've covered all the reasons why, the big reasons why dating in the time of social distancing is actually very exciting. So I know you're dying for the practical application of Zoom dating. Well, I can tell you this, as somebody who has spent 20 years behind the camera, 20 years as a photographer, I know very well how uncomfortable it can be to get in front of the camera, how scary it can be for a lot of people, how overwhelming, how uncomfortable it is. And so I'm sure for a lot of you, being forced to Zoom date or even phone date, which can also be quite nerve-wracking, you're probably freaking out going, Amber, I hate being on camera. I hate having my picture taken. How am I supposed to get in front of a camera and be my best, charming, amazing self when I feel so awkward and uncomfortable? Well, I'm here to tell you to get over it. No, yes, get over it, but I'm here to help you figure out how to get over it. Because I know that was my specialty forever, is working with people who hate having their picture taken. I know it's painful. I know how nerve-wracking it can be. I mean, a lot of people describe it almost as like going to the dentist, which, as we all know, is the not fun part of taking care of ourselves, but it's very necessary. And now getting in front of the camera is also very necessary. So let's dive into the basics of successful Zoom dating. First of all, first and foremost is light. Have an amazing light. I have an amazing ring flash that I bought off of Amazon ages and ages ago. I've been using it forever. I love it. I don't know if Amazon is shipping right now, so I can't guarantee that you're going to be able to buy it, but even being able to put yourself in front of a big window with a lot of light is really good. If you have some sort of desk lamp, bright lamp, something that, and this is very technical, but pay attention to me when I say this. So let's just say you have the light in front of you and here's your face. You want the light a little bit up and over, almost like kind of in front of your forehead. So I literally have the light up in front of my forehead. Why? Because it's very attractive lighting. I mean, everyone has their own different lighting. I could tell you every time I've had someone in my studio, I've always had to create unique lighting setup for them. But the most flattering, simple lighting you can do is up and over your forehead. So even if it's just a desk lamp, whatever. Because you don't want to have like shadows overhead. You don't want to look dark. You don't want to hide your face because you're trying to talk to someone and you can't see what they look like. It's a little bit, it's kind of a turnoff, right? Because yes, being mysterious is good, but we are dating here. You want to see what someone looks like. You want to pay attention to your background. So I'm the seduction expert. My episode is called In Bed. So of course I'm sitting in bed. I have a fox behind me because my last name means the fox. I don't know if you knew that, but that's why I have my little fox behind me. And as a seduction expert, wearing lingerie is part of my brand. So that is why I'm wearing lingerie. But for the sake of your Zoom videos, I wouldn't necessarily advocate shooting from your bed unless that's the kind of conversation that you want to have with someone. And I don't necessarily recommend wearing lingerie or being naked for your first date, unless that is already previously agreed upon and consented to. Do not surprise someone by showing up naked or without pants. You do want to have your hair, makeup, grooming, outfit, whatever on point, because this is still the first impression that we're making on someone, right? Yes, of course, we may have met them online and we've seen their photos and we read their profiles, but this is our opportunity to actually connect with each other in 2D form. So you want to dress well, you want to look good, you want to feel good. In my video last week in the first date phone date, the fine art of first date phone date, I talked about listening to music, smiling and dialing, getting yourself pumped up, because you want to bring that good energy to your Zoom date with someone. If you show up and you're like, I've been stuck inside my house, I hate my life, I have whatever, that's not attractive. It's not attractive in real life, and it certainly isn't attractive on Zoom. So, pump yourself up, especially if you feel camera shy. If you are someone who does drink alcohol, I recommend having a glass of wine or a beer or whatever it is before you hop online. Simply because that was something I did in my studio. It just kind of calms your nerves, kind of helps you relax a little bit. So I do advocate that if you are someone who likes to drink. If you are not someone who drinks, do breathing meditations, whatever it is that you do to kind of psych yourself up and get yourself in a good mood. And then hop on camera and just walk into it excited about the opportunity to meet someone new. I mean, it's really that simple. I feel like in all kinds of dating, we put so much pressure on ourselves and we put so much pressure on the other person to be the one, to be that person, to knock our socks off right off the bat. And I have to be honest here, that's very rare. It's very, very, very rare that you meet someone within the first 3 seconds, you're just like blown away, this is my person. We have to uncover people. We have to reveal ourselves. We have to navigate and explore and ask questions and be curious and share stories and pay attention to body language and what we're saying, what they're saying, all of these things. And that is all kind of, it all melds together. And I think that this video dating is so awesome for that because we don't have the added pressure of being in person with each other. Because I know, it's easy to get nervous, it's easy to get clumsy, it's easy to get awkward when we're in each other's presence. And there's also that kind of like sexual pressure that can make things a little bit weird or uncomfortable. So when we're on Zoom, it's just like it's like we still get like the physicality of someone without the added sexual pressure or tension. I hope that makes sense. But I think that's actually a really cool thing about Zoom because sometimes, you meet someone and you're very sexually attracted to them and you kind of ignore those things that don't actually work for you. So you get yourself into a sticky relationship that after a while you realize like, oh my God, this person and I are not a good fit, but the sex is so good. How do I get out of this? And then versus, you meet people where maybe you're not like completely overwhelmed with sexual desire for them. But the more you get to know them, the more you get to know their personality, all of a sudden it's like, ooh, yeah, I really like this person. So use Zoom dating as the opportunity to really explore that personality part. It's like the play, what is it? Cyrano de Bergerac, right? Where he was a little bit shy to meet the girl. And so, he put someone else in front as the face, but she really fell in love with his personality, not his beauty, the dupe's beauty, but the actual man's personality. And this is the opportunity to do that. What else is there to know? Oh, you guys, I understand that like we're going through some really hard times here, and I just really want to be that person who encourages you, right? Because that's what I do as a coach, is to encourage you to really just always see the silver lining of whatever's happening everywhere and anywhere in our life. And this is like we're going through this together, right? This isn't like a personal crisis. This is an international crisis. So how can we show up for each other? How can we support each other? How can we still find love? How can we still give love? I'm finding the worst part about the social isolation. The worst part of this why is that so hard to say? Social isolation. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. The hardest part of the social isolation is not being able to hug. Not being able to hug. I hate that part. But we are going to get through this. Don't you worry. And I'm here for you. So, stay tuned. Watch these videos. I'm going to try and give you the best dating advice I possibly can in this very strange time that we're going through. But if you want to take it to the next level, absolutely. I am available for private coaching. I have a couple sessions available. As you can imagine, I'm actually quite busy because people don't like being stuck in isolation alone. But if you are curious and want to really tackle things on a personal level, by all means, book a free session with me in my Instagram bio on the book button. I have some other things that are super helpful. I have the seduction skill set, which is kind of geared towards in-person dating, but is still incredibly valuable to watch because it teaches you everything you need to know about first impression, body language, dating, first kiss, sex, all the juicy, juicy, juicy fun things about dating. I also have the Read My Hips, Lips, and Other Tips masterclass just specifically on body language, and that's $7, so worth every penny. And of course, you can just send me direct message as well. I know you guys have a lot of questions. I know you watch my videos. You're curious about things. So reach out to me if you have an idea for a future episode of It in Bed. I'm always open to explore different things because I understand that everyone has their own very unique dating experiences. Again, this is a topic I can talk about forever, but for the sake of this little segment, I'm going to try and keep it brief. Oh, and yes, as a matchmaker for Talkify, I can also help you find better dates. So if you are curious about our services, either as a client to have a matchmaker work directly with you, aka me, or at least put yourself in our romance Rolodex to be considered to be matched with our clients, which is totally free, no reason not to do it, DM me about that as well. I am sending you guys much love and light and just good energy as I possibly can. I know that we're going through a very hard time, but we are going to get through this. Don't you worry. And, do not give up. Do not take no for an answer. Be bold. Be courageous. Get out there. And I'm here. I am the wind in your sails. I'm the wind at your back. Super excited to be on this journey with you guys. And until next time.